Hey, what's up, you guys, and welcome back to Nothing to See here. Today, we're going to be doing another podcast for you guys, and we're going to be talking about, I'd say, the past maybe 2.5 weeks of my life. I'm going to try and do more podcasts like this, where I'll just kind of wait about 2-3 weeks or so and just see what happens. If anything crazy happens that I'd like to talk about, I'll make another podcast. I feel like that's how it'll be easier to carry on, because initially the podcast was going to be telling my life, stuff you didn't know about me, which I'm still going to do. There's still stories that are locked away in my brain somewhere that have little to no memory of, and if I remember it, I will bring it up somehow, some way. But I just got to a point in the podcast, I think it was around episode 4, where I was like, I just felt kind of blank. I feel like everything else kind of faded away. But when it comes around, I will tell anything if I remember it. But at one point, I'll even take some Q&A stuff. I feel like it'd be kind of cool to do some Q&A stuff. So I'll make sure to tweet about it. If you have any questions for the next podcast, I might answer those in the next one. Anyway, let's talk about some of the stuff that happened over the course of the last 2.5 weeks. One of the good news is, I don't know if you follow me on Twitter. If you do or do not know this, I'm actually writing again. It's actually quite a good feeling to actually get back into writing. I haven't been writing since, I want to say, late 2019 or early 2020. I haven't been bothered with it. I've been busy. A lot of things got in the way. And I finally got back into writing. I went back to my notes on my phone and found a whole list of stories that I have that were unfinished, of course. And the one that I'm currently working on right now is a prequel to a story that I wrote back in 2019 called 8mm. I know you may have heard my audiobook. If you want to check it out, it's on my YouTube account. You can just go to my playlist and look up my audiobooks. They're all on there, including another one I did called On the Other Side. But 8mm is like a horror thriller kind of story that I wrote. And the one that I'm currently writing now is a prequel to that. The working title right now is called The Devil's Eyes, and it's about a detective who's chasing a killer. It's interesting. I'm currently on chapter 5 right now, and it's looking pretty good. It feels good to get back into writing. Like I said, it's almost like visiting an old friend. You don't realize how much you miss doing it until you start doing it again. Laziness tries to get in the way, and procrastination tries to get in the way, and sometimes 9 times out of 10 it succeeds. So I'm very grateful to have gotten back into that, because we wouldn't have this great story without it. So I'm getting pretty far in that story, so hopefully I can record it for you guys so you guys can at least hear the audiobook, because I'm not a published author. It'd be nice to be a published author. Anybody who wants to publish me, call me. Or no, tweet me. Go to my Twitter or Instagram. I will not answer the phone. But maybe one day I'll be a published author. Maybe one day I will take all my short stories and put them in one big book. That's kind of a dream of mine to do. But yeah, it really does feel good to start writing again. But these past 2 weeks haven't been great. It's had its ups and downs, but like I said, we'll get into that, because I've been tweeting some crazy stuff lately, and you guys obviously have been sounding a little concerned. So I'll get into that very soon. The next thing I want to talk about is I tweeted about me working on my bathroom, that I was going to turn it into the bathroom from Psycho. That is true. I want to say about a year ago, a little over a year ago, I had this idea where I was going to turn my bathroom into the Psycho bathroom. I was watching this little documentary about the Alfred Hitchcock attraction at Universal Studios, where they had like the whole rear window set up, the whole Psycho setup. I was like, it'd be really cool if I turned my bathroom to the Psycho bathroom, or something along those lines. And I didn't do anything with it until about a few weeks ago, where I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to do this. Well, actually, it was about a month ago. I bought a faucet, got that installed. I bought a shower curtain. I'm still working on it. There's still a lot that needs to be done. And I am filming the progress of it, and there will be a video hopefully soon, maybe in the next month, where I show the entire progress of me making this bathroom. It's just money is tight, and money can eat up a lot, and I'm just kind of taking one day at a time, one step at a time, because money is really tight, especially with my job, But we'll get to that. That's another topic. We'll get to that momentarily. The next thing I want to talk about is something that actually kind of disappointed me, and it happened today as I'm recording this video, recording the podcast. As you guys may or may not know, I was trying to score some Billie Eilish tickets for Atlanta, Georgia, for her upcoming tour. I got really, really excited when I saw that she was doing another tour, and I was going to try and score some tickets because the first and last time I went to a concert was in 2005, and it was with my aunt, and that we went to see the Backstreet Boys or something, and I was really young to really remember it, and I kind of blocked out that whole trip, but I really wanted to see Billie Eilish. I really wanted to go to that show, and I wanted to buy meet and greet tickets, because I knew she was going to probably have meet and greet tickets, so I was going to try my hardest to do that, and maybe get to meet her, get a picture with her. I think that'd be really awesome. So here's what happened. The day of that the tickets were going to go live, which was today at noon, which I accidentally fell asleep. I fell asleep for like an extra 3 hours or so, and I woke up about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I immediately got up and checked my phone. I went to the Ticketmaster website to try and see if I can still get some tickets. And it looked like there were some still available, but it wouldn't let me in the app. Like, the app was locked. It locked me out because I guess there were too many people trying to buy tickets, which didn't surprise me. Everybody's trying to get tickets. And that happened. So I got online and was looking around. And I've come to the conclusion that they're all sold out. And the only ones that were available at that time, I'm sure they're all sold out now, but the only tickets that are available now are the $300 and up kind of tickets. And I was like, well, what about the meet and greet stuff? Can I at least see that? So I did some searching, and I saw all the VIP stuff, and the closest one that I saw that had a meet and greet was over $3,000, and I'm not even joking. It was over $3,000, and I freaking lost it. I'm really depressed. I really wish I could have saw her and saw the show, but this is the problem that I have with concerts. It's such a pain in the ass to buy concerts nowadays, because back in the day, let's travel back in time to the 1980s, back when you could go to a concert and have fairly decent seats and get meet and greet tickets if you really, really wanted to for just under $20-$30 in 80s money. That was a deal. Why can't we go back to that? You could buy concert tickets for the equivalent of the price of a car these days, and it's fucking ridiculous, and it pisses me off. If anybody ever listens to this that's in that business when it comes to ticket buying, ticket purchasing, ticket sales, and blah, blah, blah for concerts, you're doing it wrong. I don't care if it's 2021. I don't care if we're no longer the 1980s. You can, $50, $100 even, but not $3,000 fucking dollars. You were fucking crazy if you think I'm gonna spend that kind of money. If I had that money. I don't have that money. And I'll tell you why I don't have that money. So, now we're going to move on to the next topic. The current state of my job. As you guys know, I'm still working retail at a grocery store. I'm working the night shift. I'm a night shift stocker. And this job, I feel like it's coming towards an end, but at the same time, I don't want it to end. A lot of my original coworkers have left. A lot of my other coworkers are leaving. My manager, who I butted heads with for a while, not the one that I talked about last podcast, but the night shift manager, we butted heads a while too. But she's even thinking about putting in her 2 weeks and leaving. So eventually, it's just going to be just me there and a whole new crew and a whole new night manager, if I even stay that long. I'm really nervous about the state of this job because it's so unprofessional. I've told you that before, and it pays dick. It really does. My friend and other coworker was fired for approximately 2 days, and came back. and got put back on the clock. He got paid slightly over $300 for, which is understandable because he was let go for like 2 days, so he wouldn't have made those hours. And then I worked the entire time, and mine was just $100 more. You see where the problem is? I should have made at least over 500 or more, and I only made like slightly over $400 just for 2 weeks of hard work. And I've never seen a stocking job in my life that pays only $8 an hour. At the very least, most stocking jobs that I've seen it pay at least 10 or up. And this is the only one that I've seen that pays under. Like, this is minimum wage at its finest, and I don't like it. It's slightly over minimum wage, like 50 cents higher than minimum wage. I think the minimum wage in Georgia right now is $7.50. And yeah, it's ridiculous. And I told you, this job is crumbling. It's slowly crumbling. I'm watching it fall all around me. And I really don't have another option right now for a job right now because I have a lot of other priorities right now. And until I get those priorities straight, I'm kind of stuck at this job because I need the money. Once you get caught in the loop of all of the paycheck, there's really nothing you can do about it. And which leads to this other thing. I'm really physically and mentally exhausted, and not just in my job, but in my current life. Adulthood is hard. You remember when we were kids and we were all wanting to, we couldn't wait to grow up. We couldn't wait to become adults and do this and do that and do this and do that. It's not that simple. Once you reach a point in your life where you're an adult and you can do whatever you want, you really can't. Especially for me. I wasn't really born with that luxury. When I was coming up, I wasn't rich. I'm still not rich, even though I own certain things that I thought I'd never own in my life. It took a long time for me to even get that. I had to save up. And especially with this job, it doesn't really help. The money helps, but it can only go so far. So, when people come up to me or talk to me and says, hey, well, it's easy for you to say you've got all this stuff and you were able to purchase this stuff. Yeah, but you're not getting the full picture. It took me so long to get that money to buy the thing that I wanted. Like I said, I'm not rich by any means. I'm not even middle class, I would say. I'm like slightly below middle class, I would say. Even though my parent has said that we're pretty much middle class, but I really don't think we are. But I live a decent life. But the whole thing about growing up is crazy. Like, do you remember when you used to put your arms in? Like, it's like this quote that's on TikTok right now. I want to read it. It's like, remember when you used to put your arms in your shirt and told everyone you had no arms? You sleep with all your stuffed animals, so none of them got offended. You had that one pen with 6 different colors, and you try to push all the buttons down at once. You pour soda into the cap and pretend you were taking shots, and now you watch the raindrops on your car window and pretend they were having a race. Remember when we were kids and we couldn't wait to grow up? It's crazy how the tables turn once you reach a certain age, and the realization hits you, and you're just kind of sitting there like, damn. I let it get ahead of me. But I was really going through a kind of depressive state for a while. And I still get that way on occasions. I'm not very social, as you guys may or may not know. I'm very kind of a reclusive person. Unless I've known you for a very long time, at least for maybe a year or two, and I've actually got comfortable around you. I'm very shy, and I'm very very awkward around people. And I don't hate don't be upset when I say this. I hate people, but I don't hate everybody. I like my friends, I like my family. And if I've known you for a while, and I'm comfortable around you, then you're fine. But I hate people in general, because people, for some odd reason to me, just don't really connect to me that well. Unless, like I said, unless I've known you for a while and you're really close and you're a friend of mine, it's one thing. But like I said, I've never been very social. I've always been very sheltered most of my life. And, I've always said, if I could lock myself in a large room, like almost like a studio type, with all my things, everything I could ever want or need in one large room, one large space, without no really interaction with any human soul, no contact with no human soul, I feel like I would honestly be at peace. I feel like I could really live my life the way I'd like by myself. And like I said, I'd still have a way to contact my friends, via Skype or Hangouts or whatever, or FaceTime or whatever, or yada yada yada. But at the same time, it's like I'd feel much better off by myself, and not have any worries of the struggles of life either, bills, or a job or this, that, and the third, just have everything I need in one small space. Like I'm just stepping inside my head and then just kind of disappearing, just kind of disappearing off the face of the earth and just kind of living in my own head. If it was possible for me to do that, I would have been done that. But I really don't know where it's going to go from here. I'm starting to feel a little better now, though. Now that I've kind of vented to you guys. But every now and again, I just get this way, and I don't know why. But it's whether like I feel like my life isn't going anywhere. As much as there's so many things that I'd like to do before I get too old, and then once you reach a certain age, you just don't want to do the things you used to when you were a kid because you feel like you've wasted your life away. And I've heard it from so many people, and I really, when my mind starts to wander, everything starts to show, you start seeing the full picture of everything. Everything starts to, kind of look in perspective, and you really don't know where to go from here. I have a job, and I can't leave this job. If I leave this job, then I'm going to get fired. And if I get fired, then I'm not going to have any money. If I don't have any money, then I can't do this or that or that. And it's just a constant battle every day. And I'm really trying to think and act positive. Time will tell, but right now, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm starting to get back on my feet slowly but surely, but like I said, there's still a lot that I need to work on over the next year or so, just to get me more independent. Right now I feel like I'm somewhat independent. There's a lot of things that I have now that I didn't have before. I got a debit card. I got a job. I need a car, but I don't have a car right now. I still have a lot of priorities that I need to set straight, but I haven't done them yet. And it's like, there's no time like the present to get those done. But like I said, it's just when I have the time and when I'm able to do it. But that's really much all I have to say this week, or this podcast. If you want to hear more podcasts like this, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. If you want me to talk more about my personal life, just kind of like almost like a journal entry. That's what I kind of feel like this is now. But yeah, if you want to follow me on all my social medias, my Twitter is at capital A, lowercase TV, capital T, lowercase AYLOR, at ATV Taylor. If you want to follow me on my Instagram, it's lowercase Austin_Taylor TV, Austin, lowercase Austin_TV, Taylor TV. If you want to follow me on TikTok, it's at ATV Studios, all lowercase, at ATV Studios. And I'm Austin Taylor, and I really thank you guys for sticking with me, and we'll see what the world brings my way in the coming years. See you guys next time. Peace.